Hi, my name is Liz. I am with 9 Health Fair, and today I have Sue Stapleton with me. And, we want to talk to you about health. Health is happening all the time, everywhere in our life, whether you're just sitting here with another person, socializing can be good for your health. But, there's so much that health is happening, and you're not necessarily always thinking about it. And we also want to let you know that the health fair season, our fall season, is about to start. And if you go to our website, you can find a list of health fairs in your community there. So make sure you definitely take some time to check that out, 9healthfair.org. And, I asked you to join us today because she recently responded to a request in our monthly newsletter that I sent out looking for testimonials. We wanted people to share their 9 Health Fair story. And I want to read what Sue wrote, if that's all right with you.
Sure.
Sue wrote, "My husband and I have been going to the health fair for many years now. Initially, it was to avoid the high cost of blood work at the doctor's office, but has become a great way for us to track everything ourselves. I take my results to my annual visits to my doctor, and she can add her wisdom and advice based on the results in her hand rather than getting the results after your visit. It was a 9 Health Fair that prompted my husband to lose weight. His BMI was borderline obese, and that shocked him. He never goes to the doctor. So now he is so very fit and healthy. He does not mind going to the health fair, but getting him to go to a doctor for a checkup is like pulling teeth." And I think a lot of wives and significant others can relate to that. And we also want you to know that while we're talking with Sue, feel free to chime in, ask your questions, maybe share your success stories. If you've had to try to get somebody to go and they didn't really want to go, but you got them to go to 9 Health Fair and afterwards they were grateful, please feel free to share your stories. I've got our Facebook page up right in front of me, so that way I can see your questions as they come in. I'm going to refresh the page now that this video is live. And, so join the conversation. We want to hear your success stories and, how 9 Health Fairs helped you. Maybe if you've never attended a 9 Health Fair before and you don't want to take, my word for it, that it's a great tool to help own your health, then, by all means, ask Sue about her experience. So... All right, so you said initially you wanted to avoid the high cost of blood work at the doctor's office. Do you remember what those costs were compared to attending a 9 Health Fair?
Yeah, it was about over $300.
Oh,
and
wow.
It was about 20 tests done. And when I got the bill, it was a big shock.
Yeah. I know a lot of people who are on Medicare, they say the same thing, that, it's more affordable when they come to 9 Health Fair to get all those results because they're not necessarily covered.
For the basic cover, it was about $30 when I first went. So.
Yeah, that's our blood screening
amazing
today.
difference.
Yeah, the blood chemistry screening today is still $30, and that covers 28 different panels. That includes thyroid, cholesterol. Oh my goodness, a lot. But now you guys track everything yourselves because you attend the 9 Health Fair and you get your results mailed to you.
Online.
Oh, you get yours online? Yep,
directly online.
If you register online, that is another perk.
It's a lot quicker.
Yes, it is.
To get through the process.
I know. This past spring
lineup.
Yeah, right? I know, you get right in. This past spring season, people were, we say if you register online, you'll get them in 4 to 6 weeks. We had people getting them in like 2 weeks during the spring. Yeah.
No, very efficient.
Yes.
It's great. And you can track them online, so you can go back to your history as well.
Right, that's
so
right.
It's very convenient.
You and your husband, do you have anything specific that you guys like to track with your results?
Well, I'm tracking my cholesterol because it's, been up a little bit. And my husband, he just looks at all of them. He's pretty healthy. We're both pretty healthy.
That's good.
But it's just a way to make sure that everything stays healthy.
Right. Because if you see something start to get out of line, like, you said your cholesterol a little high, well, it's a lot easier when you just start to notice it to make those changes to get it back under control than it is to wait for it to kind of be out of control.
Yeah. Well, the vitamin D was the other one that was flagged one year, so now I take vitamin D.
Oh, that's good.
So I don't test for that anymore because I'm taking it.
Okay.
So.
And I love what you said about taking your results to the doctor and getting her wisdom and advice rather than, having to wait the next day. Can you elaborate on that more?
Actually, I just went for my annual checkup and I took my cholesterol numbers and she plugged it into a calculator with 10 different factors of my lifestyle, everything else, and told me what my chances were of getting heart disease in the next 20 years.
Oh, wow.
So it was like, wow. If I didn't have that,
the results are ready.
she wouldn't have been able to do that. And she sort of said the HDL,
HDL, the good one.
The good one was high enough to balance it out.
Oh,
so
that's good.
it's good to go to the doctor and just check.
Right. Right, that's true, because my understanding is that sometimes, if your cholesterol numbers are high, but it's high because your HDL cholesterol is high, it's not necessarily, you don't necessarily have to worry. It's still always good to take your results to your doctor, like you said, and they can talk with you about that more. But so again, feel free to join us in the conversation. We'd love to hear from you. Sue was telling us a little bit about how she uses the 9 Health Fair results. We'd love to know, if you're a 9 Health Fair attendee, how do you use your results? If you have never attended a 9 Health Fair before and you want to know more, now is definitely a great time to ask, and Sue can answer some of your questions herself, because she attends every year with her husband. And so, do you feel like having these results saves you time at the doctor's office when you go in and you already have them?
Probably, because you're not having to go back to the doctor. I mean, she looks at them all, and so you feel you're getting good value for your visit.
Right. And you probably, ahead of time, going into it, you know what you want to ask.
Yes. Yeah. You're taking control. You feel you're in control, and I think that's what my husband likes.
Yeah. Yes,
He's
I know.
in control.
Yeah,
of his own healthcare.
I can understand that. I'm a control freak myself, so I kind of like that. And it's nice to have that and go back and reference, in case you're wondering later, like, oh, now what was my HDL versus my LDL? Or, it's nice to have that, and it's nice to, track changes, because even if it's a subtle change, like if down the road, something happens, maybe you're feeling a little off, a little different, and maybe something in one test result by itself may not have been an indicator, but your doctor can look at, your past results and be like, this has changed just a touch. Maybe we should look into that.
Yeah. No, it's really good.
So it sounds like 9 Health Fair was a huge help in motivating your husband to lose weight. He must have taken advantage of a free BMI, that's a body mass index screening. What were your habits around food and exercise like before he discovered?
Well, we weren't watching it as much. And once he started to watch his weight, then I started to sort of join him, because we were eating the same meals, so with salads, and that became part of our daily life. Whereas beforehand we'd have desserts a lot.
Yes.
and bread was the other thing, lunch was sandwich and
Yeah.
But so we're just watching what we eat, and he's taken to exercise, exercising more, I should say, because you can't exercise and eat unhealthy foods. Doesn't sort of make up for it.
Right, I know, right? We like to think it does. Like, okay, if I go for a half-mile run, maybe I can have that macaroni and cheese, but...
we used to have the cookies in the fridge, and he'd always have a dessert. It doesn't happen now.
Yeah, and so again, if you guys want to join the conversation, we'd love to hear your stories. If you found the same thing and you've been making changes in your diet. For you, what would you say is maybe the biggest change you guys made after your husband got his results?
Fitness, I suppose.
What was that?
Fitness.
Fitness, yeah.
And, diet,
What kind of exercise do you guys like to do?
Well, I do yoga and tennis.
I love it. Oh, me too. Yoga and tennis. That's what I do.
I do yoga to play tennis.
Yes.
Because I'm getting too old to go out and play tennis without some sort of stretch.
No, I hear that.
And he does. Well, he runs and exercises, rows.
Yeah, I definitely think you have to, when it comes to exercise, you have to find what works for you.
Yeah.
And maybe what works for one person isn't going to work for the other person, which can also make exercise a little challenging, right? Especially for couples, like one couple's really into one thing and the other couple's not. And for me, my husband and I, we just started playing tennis together.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and I took classes and I totally got addicted, and so he and I have started playing together, and I love it, and it's so nice to finally have that activity that we do together, because before that, I used to run until I got an injury, and so now I can't run anymore, and he's not a runner, so it's been, I don't know, I just always, I would see couples running and be like, oh, I wish we were one of those couples, and so it's really nice now, us playing tennis together, and we're learning it together, and it's not only is it healthy for us, but it's a great bonding experience as
Very
well.
social.
Yeah.
Very social.
Yeah.
I love it.
So you mentioned that he doesn't like going to the doctor, which I think I think a lot of people, not just men, but I think a lot of people don't like going to the doctor. I mean, it takes time out of your day, and it's just another thing to do, and when you're already super busy. So how did you convince him that he needed to go to a 9 Health fair?
I think I just sort of said it was so easy, you know. One of the health fairs I lined up for a bit, but then when we signed up online, we cut the lines. So I've been to different locations too.
And they're all so different, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are very, very different, but very good, all of them. And so I just sort of said how easy it was, and so he said, okay, I'll come with you next time. So we stood in line together.
Great. So you had to go by yourself first,
Yeah.
and then go back and report to him.
Yeah,
like,
next year. The next
Yes.
year it was. So it was, you know.
Right. But hey, it worked, right?
It did. It did.
That's
It was
so
for
great.
sure. It took someone else to sort of say, hey, you know, you need to watch this.
And what was his reaction after going with you?
Oh, he was a bit shocked, you know, when he was told that he needed to lose some weight.
Yeah.
So, because he didn't look overweight.
Right.
But, so, yeah.
But he was glad that he went.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's glad. And he's got control of his health now, so.
And that's
He's happy.
very important, yes.
Yeah.
So why do you think for him that he's okay with going to 9 Health Fair, but he doesn't want to go to the doctor? What do you think is the biggest difference for him?
I think it's a control
Yeah.
thing. You know, you're proactive. You're not sitting in an office and the doctor's sort of, you know, the
Yeah.
one sort of there looking, you know, telling you everything.
Yeah.
It's,
That is
yeah.
kind of a nice thing. You get to go in and you get to decide for yourself what screenings that you want to get. And
Yeah.
That can be really nice. That can really feel empowering.
Yes, that's the word, I think. Being proactive, yeah.
Yep. All right, well, I think we're going to wrap it up here. If you have any questions, you can always come back in even after we're live, and we will answer your questions later. But I want to say thank you for joining us, and also don't forget that we have our whole lineup of 9 Health Fairs for the fall season on our website. Just go to 9healthfair.org, and you can find the fair that's closest to you. Or you can search by screenings as well. Not all the fairs necessarily have the exact same screening, so definitely make sure if you're looking for a particular screening that you check that out. So thank you so much for joining us.